Hey guys, very good morning. Sorry about the bad lighting, but although it's the end of June, we happen to have a very dark day today, so sorry about that. So I need some light here. Getting old, my eyes are getting old. Why am I making this video? It's a short video, just to let you guys know whether you should go ahead and get yourself the official Zelda, The Legend of Zelda Tears of the Kingdom guidebook, whether you should do it or not. So that's basically the question in this video that I hope to keep short. Just like everyone else out there who loves video game, we also love video gaming, and we love, of course, the Zelda franchise. Although we're not like hardcore video game players, we do love it. We do try every time. Sometimes we succeed in some missions, sometimes not, and that tends to bring a lot of frustrations with it. And sometimes when you try to go online, even YouTube tutorials and all that, there are sometimes issues that you have, problems that you encounter in your gameplay, believe it or not, that nobody else apparently has had them. So there are no tutorials, there are no solutions for it, either on YouTube or other kind of walkthroughs. So we decided, if we're going to do this, this also doesn't have the option of selecting an easy mode. So if we're going to do this, if we're going to get the Zelda Tears of the Kingdom, and there is a chance of enjoying it a little bit more with the help of an official guidebook, then why not? So we did that. Right off the bat, what I want to tell you, if you're thinking about getting this game and you're wondering if you can benefit from other amiibos that you already have from Breath of the Wild, your amiibos, wink, okay? What I can tell you about that is that the amiibos of Breath of the Wild, 99% of the time, what they're going to give you is food. A lot of food, and you need that, really. We always need food to make recipes, to make special meals that will give you special powers, to endure, for example, the cold or the heat or this or that. It's always for a short time, but still, at least you can continue in your game playing. So trust me, food, you do need that. And sometimes you're being ambushed by a lot of enemies, so you lose some of your health. So yes, more food is always welcome, just like in the real world. But every now and then, with the Breath of the Wild amiibos and other compatible amiibos, every now and then, sometimes they tend to surprise you with a stronger bow, a stronger shield, things like that, little things, mainly fabric for your glider, because you're going to be gliding through this game. You're going to have the ability to glide, hang on a glider and glide from heights to down, yeah? So mainly fabric for your glide. So if you're wondering about that, then that's what I can tell you, because I've already tried all of that. So it's really frustrating. But yeah, it's just what it is. Yes, and even with the Tears of the Kingdom amiibos, there's not a lot of special surprises. It's mainly food, fish, plants, arrows. Yes, they give you arrows. So I don't know, but you guys know how it works with this kind of stuff. You have to do them every day. You have to do them every day, and they might surprise you with Epony, the horse, or some sort of a special armor, or you guys know the drill. So it won't be any different this time. What I can tell you about this official game guide is it's a lot of information. It's a lot of information. Yes, I don't have to tell you that's no rocket science. It's a lot, because the Zelda game open world is huge. It's a huge, vast open world. So there are a lot of stuff, and that's I think also the point that I was trying to make, that I was planning on making in this video, about how sometimes with this kind of games, even an official guidebook, even when it's this thick, you still have to do some research for yourself through this book to get some sort of a red thread that you should be following, because there are so many things that you can do. You can go to the right, you can go to the left, you can go up, down, find things, explore things, find weapons there, kill an enemy here. So it's impossible to you know, how do you say that, to pour it in one solid shape and present that to you as the walkthrough. But I think what this book does, what I love about this book, is that they broke down the game in sections. Yeah, so they tell you about a little bit about the maps. They tell you about the puzzles, the combat strategics that you need, how the cooking, the weather, the abilities that you can get, special fight moves that you can do. So what I love about this book is that first they break it down for you, and then they tell you in sections, not while you're playing the game, not while you're walking through the game walkthrough, no. First, they give you all this information, and you try to absorb it as much as possible. With that in mind, when you finally get to the actual game, a walkthrough, they will refer you to that knowledge. They be like, and here you should do this. Remember, because we told you that in the phase where we broke it down for you. Yeah. So, for example, they're gonna tell you at some point, well, you should fuse the weapon, or you should start building here a vehicle, yeah, to cross a river or a little lake or wherever. And they be like, remember, do you remember how we taught you in a special section how to build stuff? So, so with this guidebook, it will provide you with all kind of information. But the best thing that I've noticed works is when you go through all those sections and you make little summaries, either in your mind or in a little booklet, little summaries of what is essential, what are the, yeah, what is important to know about that. For example, about food, what is important to know about food? Yeah, because it's a lot of info. Well, when it comes to food, for example, they tell you never to mix monster part with vegetables, fruit, or meat. Yeah, because the meals are usually just like in real world. You can only do vegetables, fruit, and meat together, but you cannot throw in their monster parts. When you do that, it just fracks up the meal. So they tell you, for example, when it comes to cooking, make this big line between cooking with fruit, vegetable, and meat, and on the other side, cooking with monster parts. One gives you meals, and some meals can enhance your powers, and the other one, mainly the monster parts, yeah, those are what you make to make elixirs. So now you know. So now you make a summary of that. So you went through that chapter about cooking. Now you know that the big summary in the bigger line is this. Yeah, never mix monster parts with vegetables, fruit, and meat meals. So things like that. So just to make those, just try to remember or summon up these pointers that they give you here. What else can I tell you? So yeah, so then the game walkthrough starts with, again, breaking down the structure of the game. You have main quests, you have shrine quests, you have side adventures, and you have side quests. Because they cannot tell you everything as you go. Yeah? In games like this, in big games like this, open world, sometimes you have to go back and forth. Some quests you cannot finish as you go because you'll need some special powers for them. So you ignore them, you continue playing your game, and then you come back to them. So that's why don't expect that even an official guidebook will give you everything, 100% of every level as you go. And that's not because it's a shortcoming of this guidebook. It's just because how the game works. Yeah. Sometimes you'll have to do level 1, but then not be able to finish everything in level 1. Because for some certain aspects, you'll need level 2 abilities or level 3 or level 4 abilities. So you just park it and come back to it. That's what I love about this. So they're very clear about that in this book. That's why they break it down in sections so that when you come to that bridge and you want to cross it, they will refer you to, remember, we told you how to do this in that and that section. Other than this aspect of the guidebook, if you follow it to the letter, it will get you really far. I've tried to do that. It's really clear. You just have to go. You just have to do what they tell you, and you know, it makes the game a little bit more fun and less frustrating. So first, another thing that you should know about this book is that there are elaborate walkthroughs of every level, but then they have also divided the game in what they call the stages. And for example, the stage of fire, I don't know if that's the first stage. No, it's not the first stage. Okay. Yeah, so what they also gave you is an overview of what you can expect per level, like this one, the Great Sky Island. Here they gave you an overview of things that you can expect, but that's not the walkthrough. The walkthrough actually begins somewhere. See here, here it says the main quest. Yeah? So the actual walkthrough of the first level you will encounter once starting up this game is the Great Sky Island. And here is what they start to give you walkthrough with also visuals. Like go to this, do that, go to this guy, take a picture of this, register this shrine, and attach this piece to this piece. What I'm trying to say by this is that there's a lot of info, and you have to make your own selection. You have to make your own selection. For example, you're now going to start the game, you're going to enter level 1. You'll have to go through this book and gather together all the things that are related with level 1 if you want to go, if you want to get the max out of it. Yeah? And to gather all that info that's relevant to level 1 is not something that you will find all tied up together for you in the walkthrough. Because of the other reason that I just told you, because there are so many aspects: how to hunt, how to fight, how to defend, how to cook meals, how to build stuff, how. So you'll have to keep going back and forth to those references unless you have a good memory. So once you understood that, this official guidebook is actually amazing. I've been going through it because we've had this now. Mike bought us this a couple of days ago, and I love it. I'm glued to it every evening when we go to bed. I get lost in it. I love the info. There is so much information. It's impossible to share it with you guys, but it's just, yes, it is worth the money. If you're gonna ask me, is it worth the money? Is it worth it? Is it going to have like an added value for you? Yes, definitely yes, 100%. 100%. Not even does it give you the walkthrough with visuals on the level of a game level, but they also provide you with maps. Some of us, like me, sometimes we tend to be a little bit impatient, so we don't need anyone to tell us how to get somewhere. We just need someone to show us on the map where is something interesting that I can go to. I just want to see the map and I'll figure it myself. Sometimes it's part of enjoying the game. They have that also for you. These kind of games where they mark interesting places that you should visit. Yeah, so you can just, you can follow everything to the letter, or if you're a different kind of gamer that just likes to figure out for himself or herself, you can still profit from this book by what I'm saying. Look at the maps so that you at least know where is what, because there are so many things that you won't find no matter how good you are unless you know where the location is, where their location is. So for that, you can use these maps. Like, for example, the cocoa seeds. Where are all those cocoa seeds? And shrines and caves and, you know, treasures. You need maps for that. It's not something that you can figure out on yourself. Well, you can if you go inch by inch through every level. But the easy way is just to see their location on the map. So they give you that also. So it's a multifaceted guidebook. It's not what you see on the internet. Oh, on the job, while you're playing, we're going to walk you through it. No, this is a multifaceted guidebook because the game is multifaceted. It has so many aspects that you need to know. There are so many layers to it. So yeah, so to sum it up for you and keep it short, is it worth the money? Absolutely. You know, on top of the fact that it's just an amazing collector's item, it's also worth the money, and it definitely has an added value.
If you want to get the most out of the game.
Yeah, if you want to get most out of the game. But, you know, if you're this serious about playing your game, as we are, and I love playing games if I understand how I can do it, then remember what I said. They broke down the game structure in different aspects. So go through that before you start the game. Go through that. Go through some essentials. How to defend yourself. What are the moves that you can do? How to cook. How to shield. How to build stuff. How to hunt. Things like that. How to read maps. Yeah. All right. That was it, guys. I tried to keep it short. If anything, I'm just too excited, and I love this book too much that sometimes, because of the excitement, I don't know how to put it in words.
Are you sponsored?
No one has sponsored.
Oh.
Sponsored from our own wallet, yeah. And again, if you keep wondering about your previous amiibos, not all the amiibos that you have of different franchise, the Nintendo franchise, will be compatible with this.
Amiibo.
It's mainly the Zelda, of course, and then not all of them, some of them, and then the Smash Bros. I keep forgetting how to pronounce that. Yeah, so there are a couple from the anniversary, from the Smash Bros., but mostly, of course, their own franchise, the Zelda franchise. And again, what they mostly give you on a daily basis, if you play the game every day, is you'll find yourself harvesting a lot of food. And again, there's nothing wrong with that because you need as much food as you can. But don't expect too many too precious surprises like armor and things like that. You won't be getting that, at least not on a daily basis. Yeah. So I've been trying that for 3 days now, and the only thing that I got was the Paraglide fabric and a strong shield. Other than that, it was just food. A lot of food, a lot of meat. Again, nothing wrong with that because we need as much of that also as possible. So I hope this will help you in one way or another. And if you're new to the Zelda franchise, don't worry about it. You will manage. Even without this book, you'll manage. I mean, you won't be able to benefit from all that the game has to offer you. You know, things that will prepare you for the end boss, because I think that's the worry that we all have. Are we prepared enough when we get to that guy? But nevertheless, you are going to love this game. Even if you've never played any other games from the Zelda franchise. I mean, you can't go wrong with Zelda. It's not something I have to say. Everyone knows that. The whole world agrees. There you have it. Is the official guidebook worth it? Yes. Have a good day.